I left my family behind with nothing. Now they're desperate, and I get to choose their fate.
My name is Ethan Cole, I say quietly, staring at my reflection. But in this house, I don't think that means anything. Ethan. Dinner's ready, my mother calls from downstairs. I take a breath. Coming. When I sit at the table, Ryan is already there, smiling like he owns the place. Guess what, he says. Coach said I might make the starting team this year. That's amazing, Mom lights up instantly. I knew you would, Ryan. Dad nods, proud. That's my boy. I pick up my fork. I got my test results back today. No one looks at me. I scored the highest in my class, I add, a little louder. Oh, Mom says quickly. That's nice. Ryan smirks. It's just a test, Ethan. Relax. Dad sighs. Grades won't get you far if you don't have real skills. I stare at him. I thought doing well mattered. It does, he says, shrugging, but not as much as being exceptional like your brother. Ryan leans back. You should come watch one of my games sometime. Might learn something. I force a small smile. Yeah, maybe. Mom places more food on Ryan's plate. Eat more, honey. You need strength. I look at my plate. I'm still hungry. There's enough, she says without even checking. I don't say anything. After dinner, I walk into the living room. Dad is watching TV. Dad, I say, standing there. Can I talk to you? He doesn't look away. Make it quick. I was thinking about applying for a scholarship, I say. It could really help with college. He finally glances at me. A scholarship? Yeah. My teacher said I have a good chance. Dad shakes his head. You should focus on something practical. This is practical, I reply. It's my future. He sighs again. Your brother has a future. You need to figure things out. I feel my chest tighten. Why do you always say that? Because it's true, he says bluntly. I swallow hard. I'm trying my best. Your best isn't enough, he replies. I stand there, frozen. Why can't you be more? Like your brother? He adds, almost casually. The words hit harder than anything else. I nod slowly. Right. I walk upstairs before he can see my face. Later that night, I hear laughter from Ryan's room. Mom and Dad are in there with him. Tell us again what? Coach said, Mom laughs. I told you, Ryan says proudly. He said I'm the best on the team. That's incredible, Dad says. You're going to go far. I stand in the hallway listening. No one calls my name. I walk back into my room and close the door. This is stupid, I whisper to myself. Why do I even care? The next morning, I'm at the breakfast table early. Mom walks in. Ryan, wake up, you'll be late. I'm already up, I say. She nods distractedly. There's cereal. I made eggs, I tell her. Oh. She looks surprised. Good for you. Ryan walks in, yawning. Morning? Mom smiles instantly. Good morning, sweetheart. Sit down. She takes the plate I made and puts it in front of him. I made those, I say quietly. Then make more, she replies. Ryan takes a bite. Not bad, Ethan. I stare at them. You didn't even ask. Don't start, Dad says as he enters. It's too early. I clench my fists. I just wanted... What? Ryan interrupts. A thank you? I look at him. Yeah, maybe. He laughs. You're so sensitive. I'm not, I snap. I just... Enough, Dad says firmly. Stop making everything about you. I go silent. After school, I walk home slowly. I hold my test paper in my hand. When I enter the house, Mom is on the phone. Yes, Ryan is doing amazing, she says proudly. We're so proud of him. I stand there, waiting. She hangs up and finally notices me. Oh, you're back. Yeah, I say. I wanted to show you something. She glances at the paper. That's good, Ethan. I'm busy right now. Just look at it, I insist. She sighs and takes it. Highest score. That's nice. That's it? I ask. What do you want me to say? She replies. I don't know. Maybe that you're proud of me? She looks uncomfortable. Of course I am. It doesn't sound real. Ryan walks in. Mom, did you see my new shoes? She lights up again. Let me see. I step back. Forget it, I mutter. I walk to my room, closing the door behind me. I sit on my bed and stare at the wall. I don't belong here, I whisper. For the first time, I say it out loud. And this time, it feels true. Ethan, sit down, my father says, his tone serious. I look around the table. Mom looks tense. Ryan looks excited. What's going on? I ask, pulling out a chair. Dad folds his hands. We need to talk about something important. I nod slowly. Okay. Mom takes a breath. It's about the college fund. My chest tightens. What about it? Ryan leans forward, grinning. I'm starting a business. I blink. What? It's a great opportunity, Dad says quickly. Big potential. I look at him. What does that have to do with my college fund? No one answers right away. Then Mom says softly, We decided to invest it in Ryan's business. I stare at her. You... what? It's not like that, she says. It's an investment for the family. My future is not an investment? I ask, my voice rising. Ryan rolls his eyes. Relax, Ethan. I'll make it back in no time. That's not the point, I snap. That money was for my college. Dad's expression hardens. Your brother has a real opportunity here. And I don't? I fire back. He shrugs. This is bigger. I laugh bitterly. Bigger than my entire future? Mom reaches out. You can figure something else out. Scholarships, maybe. I already told you about that, I say. You didn't care then either. Ryan leans back. Why are you acting like this? It's not like you were going anywhere big. I look at him stunned. What did you just say? You heard me, he replies. You're not exactly impressive. Stop, Mom says weakly, but she doesn't look at him. I stand up. So that's it? You just gave away everything I worked for? Dad raises his voice. Sit down and stop being dramatic. I'm not being dramatic, I shout. You took my future and gave it to him. Ryan smirks. Maybe if you were more useful, things would be different. Something inside me cracks. Useful? I repeat quietly. Yeah, he says. What do you even do? Study? That's it? I step closer to the table. I worked for that. I earned it. No, Dad cuts in. We earned that money, and we decide how to use it. I stare at him. So my opinion doesn't matter? It doesn't in this case, he replies. I laugh, but it comes out broken. Of course it doesn't. Mom looks uncomfortable. Ethan, please try to understand. Understand what? I ask. That I don't matter to this family? That's not true, she says quickly. Then prove it, I challenge. Give it back. Silence, Ryan chuckles. See? Not happening. I feel my hands shaking. What about my future? I ask, my voice barely steady. Dad sighs. You'll figure something out. That's your answer? I whisper. It's reality, he says coldly. I look at each of them. All this time. I thought if I worked harder, you'd finally see me. No one speaks. I was wrong, I say. Ryan shrugs. Took you long enough. I turn to Dad. You always told me to be better. I tried. I really did. He looks away. It wasn't enough. Those words hit deeper than anything else. I nod slowly. I see. I step back from the table. Where are you going? Mom asks. I look at her. Does it matter? Don't start this again, Dad says. If you're unhappy, that's your problem. I let out a hollow laugh. My problem? Yes, he replies. If you don't like it here, you can leave. The room goes silent. I stare at him. You mean that? He doesn't hesitate. Yes, Mom looks shocked. David! No, he says firmly. He needs to grow up. I nod. You're right, Ryan smirks. Finally. I look at all of them one last time. Don't worry, I won't be your problem anymore. Walk upstairs before anyone can respond. My hands are shaking as I grab a bag. This is crazy, I whisper. I have nowhere to go. I stop for a moment. Stay, a voice in my head says. But then I hear Ryan laughing downstairs, and Dad's words echo again. If you don't like it here, you can leave. I zip the bag. Fine, I mutter. I'm leaving. I walk down the stairs. Slowly, Mom stands up. Ethan, wait, no, I say. You made your choice. She looks like she wants to say something, but she doesn't. Dad doesn't even look at me. Ryan just watches, amused. I reach the door. Ethan, Mom says softly. I pause for a second. Take care of yourself, she adds. That's it. No, stay. No, don't go. Just that. I nod without turning around. You too. I open the door. For a moment, I hope someone will stop me. No one does. I step outside and close the door behind me. The silence is louder than anything they said. I stand there holding my bag. This is it, I whisper. No home, no money, no plan. Just me. I take a deep breath and start walking, and this time, I don't look back. This room is all you can afford, the landlord says, handing me a key. I look inside. It's small. You want bigger? You pay more, he replies. I nod. No, this is fine. It isn't, but it's all I have. That night, I sit on the edge of the bed. So this is my life now. The silence answers me. The next morning, I walk into a small diner. Looking for work? The manager asks. Yeah, I say quickly. Anything. He studies me. You ever worked before? Not like this, I admit. He shrugs. You'll learn. Start today. Thank you, I say, relief washing over me. Don't thank me yet, he mutters. By noon, I'm exhausted. Faster, he snaps. Table 3 is waiting. I'm trying, I reply, rushing. A customer frowns. This is cold. I'm sorry, I say. I'll fix it. Sorry doesn't fix anything, they reply. I bite my tongue. I'll bring a new one. In the kitchen, I whisper. I can't do this. A voice behind me says, Yeah, you can. I turn. A tall guy leans against the wall. I'm Marcus, he says. You're new. Ethan, I reply. He nods. You look like you're about to quit. I might, I admit. He smirks. Then you won't last anywhere. I sigh. I've never done this before. None of us did. He says, You learn or you leave. I don't have anywhere else to go, I say quietly. Marcus studies me. Good. That means you'll survive. I frown. That's your advice? Yeah, he shrugs. Survive first, figure the rest out later. That night, I collapse on my bed. My feet are killing me. I groan. No one answers. Days turn into weeks. Table 5 needs water, the manager shouts. I got it, I reply, moving quickly. Marcus nods at me. Better. Barely, I say. He hands me a plate. You didn't quit. That's something. I thought about it, I admit. Everyone does, he says. Difference is, you stayed. I look at him. Why do you care? He shrugs. You remind me of me. That bad? I ask. Worse, he says with a grin. One night, after closing, we sit outside. You got family? He asks. I hesitate. Not really. They dead? He asks. No, I say. Just not mine anymore. He nods slowly. Yeah, that happens. I look at the ground. I thought if I worked hard, they'd see me. And did they? He asks. No, I admit. He leans forward. Then stop chasing people who already left you. I freeze. What? I ask. You heard me, he says. They made their choice. Now you make yours. I shake my head. It's not that easy. It is, he replies. You just don't like the answer. I sit there in silence. Look at you, he continues. You're working, paying your own way, surviving. Barely, I say. Still counts, he says. You think they could do what you're doing? I don't answer. You're stronger than you think, he adds. His words stay with me. The next day, I move faster. Not bad, the manager says. You're improving. Thanks, I reply. Marcus smirks. Look at that. You didn't mess up today. Give me time, I joke. He laughs. That's better. Weeks pass. I start saving money. I start learning. You ever think about doing more than this? Marcus asks one night. All the time, I say. I just don't know how. You figure it out, he says. One step at a time. I'm trying, I reply. That's enough for now, he says. Later, in my room, I look at myself in the mirror. You're still here, I say. I remember my father's voice. Your best isn't enough. I shake my head. Maybe he was wrong. For the first time, I believe it a little. The next morning, I wake up before my alarm. Let's go, I tell myself. At work, the manager nods. You're early. Yeah, I say. I want to get better. Marcus pats my shoulder. That's how it starts. How what starts? I ask. Your life, he replies. I pause. My life, I repeat. Not theirs. Not my family's. Mine. That night, I sit on my bed again. But this time, it feels different. I'm not done, I whisper. The silence doesn't feel empty anymore. It feels peaceful. And for the first time since I left, I don't feel lost. I feel like I'm finally finding my way. Table 7 needs service, the manager calls. I've got it, I reply, grabbing a menu. When I walk over, I see her. She's dressed sharp, calm, and focused. Good afternoon, I say. What can I get you? She looks up at me. What do you recommend? I hesitate. The grilled chicken is popular. Popular doesn't mean good, she says. I nod. Then I'd say the steak. It's better. She smiles slightly. Honest, I like that. I take her order and walk back. Marcus nudges me. Careful, she doesn't look like a regular. What does that mean? I ask. It means don't mess up, he replies. I won't, I say. When I bring her food, she watches me. You're new, she says. Not anymore, I reply. Just learning. She nods. You move fast, but you're thinking too much. I blink. What? You second guess yourself, she says. It slows you down, I frown. I'm trying not to make mistakes. Mistakes happen, she replies. Confidence matters more. I don't know what to say. What's your name? She asks. Ethan. I'm Olivia, she says. Olivia Carter, I nod. Nice to meet you. She studies me for a moment. This isn't where you belong, is it? I force a smile. It pays the bills. That's not what I asked, she says. I hesitate. No, it's not. Then why are you here? She asks. Because I don't have a choice, I reply. She leans back. Everyone has a choice. Not always, I say quietly. She doesn't argue. What do you want to do? I shake my head. I don't know anymore. That's honest, she says. Most people lie about that. I shift slightly. Why are you asking? Because I notice things, she replies. And I noticed you. I look at her confused. Me? You work harder than everyone here, she says, but you act like you don't believe you deserve more. I stay silent. Am I wrong? She asks. I sigh. No, she nods. I run a company. We look for people like you. My heart skips. What? I'm offering you an interview, she says calmly. I stare at her. You're serious? Very, she replies. I don't have experience, I say quickly. You have discipline, she counters. That matters more. I could mess it up, I admit. Or you could not, she says. I laugh nervously. That's not very reassuring. It's realistic, she replies. I look down. Why me? Because you haven't given up, she says. Yet. Her words hit deeper than I expect. I'll think about it, I say. Don't take too long, she replies, standing up. Opportunities don't wait. She hands me a card. Call me, she says, then walks away. I stand. There, staring at the card, Marcus walks over. Who was that? Olivia Carter, I say, his eyes widen. You're kidding. Why? I ask. She owns a major company, he says. What did she want? She offered me a job interview. He stares at me. And? I said I'd think about it. He shakes his head. You're an idiot. I'm serious, I say. What if I fail? What if you don't? He shoots back. I stay quiet. You gonna stay here forever? He asks. No, I admit. Then go, he says. This is your chance. I'm not like her, I say. I don't belong in that world. He steps closer. You didn't belong here either, but you made it work. That's different, I argue. No, it's not, he says. You're just scared. I look at him. Of course I am. Good, he replies. That means it matters. I sit down, holding the card tightly. I don't know if I'm ready, I whisper. Marcus shrugs. You'll never feel ready. I think about my past, my family, everything I lost. I've already failed once, I say. No, he corrects me. They failed you. I look up. You're still standing, he continues. That's not failure. I take a deep breath. What if this changes everything? I ask. He smirks. That's the point. I stare at the card again. Olivia Carter. A new life. A new chance. I can't keep living like this, I say. Then don't, Marcus replies. I stand up slowly. Okay, I say. I'll do it. Marcus grins. About time. I nod, feeling something shift inside me. I'm done waiting, I say. Good, he replies. I look at the door, then back at the card. I'll never beg for love again, I whisper to myself. Marcus raises an eyebrow. What was that? Nothing, I say. But I know it's not nothing. It's a promise. And this time, I'm keeping it. Ethan, can you review these projections? Olivia asks, handing me a folder. Of course, I reply, scanning the numbers quickly. Looks good, she says. You've come a long way. I chuckle softly. I guess I have. Guess? She teases. You've worked for it. I look down. It wasn't easy. You make it look easy, she says. That's why I hired you. I shrug. I don't want to fail again. You won't, she says. Not here. Later, in the conference room, Daniel sits across from me. These reports are clean. You've got a good eye for detail. Thanks, I say. I've learned from the best, he smirks. Flattery won't get you anywhere, Ethan. I'm serious, I insist. Your mentorship matters. Good, he says. Because I don't deal with mistakes twice. I nod. Understood. At lunch, Sophie joins me. I heard about your pitch yesterday. Incredible. Thanks, I say. I just tried to focus. You've got confidence now, she observes. I've never seen you like this. I've had to grow up fast, I admit. No one handed me anything. She smiles. I can see it. You're not afraid to make tough calls. I try not to be, I reply. That's why people respect you, she says. I glance at her. Respect feels new. You earned it, she assures me, not like the fake kind you grew up with. I stiffen, thinking of my family. Yeah, not like them, Sophie notices. They still bother you? I shake my head quickly. I try not to think about it. Good, she says. You've built something real here. I'm starting to believe it, I admit. That evening, I sit in my apartment reviewing contracts. The phone rings. Ethan? A voice says. I pause. Who's this? It's Mom, she says softly. Can we talk? I freeze. Why? Now? It's important, she says. We need you. I hang up slowly, my hands trembling. Marcus leans against the doorframe. Your family calling again? Yes, I reply. I don't know why. They're probably in trouble, he says. What are you going to do? I don't know, I admit. I've worked so hard to get here. You'll figure it out, he says. Just don't let them shake you. I nod, but I feel my chest tighten. Later, Sophie stops by. You okay? She asks. I thought I was, I reply. Then they call just old wounds. Does it matter? She asks. You've built your life. I sigh. I know, but it still hurts. You're stronger than you think, she says. I smile faintly. Thanks. I needed that. The next morning, I walk into the office. Daniel greets me. Ready for the board meeting? Always, I reply. He raises an eyebrow. I like that confidence. I had to learn it, I say. No one gave it to me. Good, he says. That makes you dangerous in the right way. I nod, taking my seat. Olivia joins us. Ethan, let's start. As the meeting progresses, I present ideas, answer questions, and make decisions. People listen. They respect me. For the first time, I feel accomplished. During a break, Sophie whispers, You're not the same Ethan who started here. I'm not, I admit. And I won't be. Marcus passes by. Keep it up. You're doing more than surviving now. I glance at the city skyline outside the window. Yeah, I say quietly. I'm rising. Later, at my desk, I think about my family again. The thought stings. Don't let it get to you, Marcus says. Your life is yours now. I know, I reply. But it's strange. They didn't think I'd make it, and now they might need me. Sophie smiles softly. Then let them, but on your terms. I nod, a sense of control settling over me. Years of struggle, hard work, and growth have brought me here. I am confident. I am capable. I am in charge of my own life, and for the first time, I feel ready for whatever comes next, because I built it. All of it. No one can take it away from me. Not even them. I hear the knock before anyone says anything. Ethan? Mom's voice trembles. I look up from my desk. Mom? Dad? Ryan stands behind them, quiet. For once, he isn't smirking. Can we come in? Dad asks softly. I raise an eyebrow. This is my office. What are you doing here? Mom swallows. We need help. I blink. Help? After everything? Ryan shifts. Yeah, business. Didn't work out. You ruined yourself? I ask, trying to hide my shock. Mom sniffles. It's not just Ryan. We're in debt, Ethan. I lean back in my chair. You come here now, after years of ignoring me, and you want me to fix it? Dad looks down. We didn't know where else to turn. I cross my arms. So now I matter? Mom shakes her head. Tears run down her cheeks. We never realized we took you for granted. You never gave a damn before, I say quietly. Ryan doesn't speak. He just looks at the floor. Dad clears his throat. We need you to help us manage things. I need to hear that again, I say. You need me? Yes, Mom whispers. We need you. I laugh bitterly. Funny how the world turns, isn't it? Dad fidgets with his hands. We're sorry, Ethan. Truly. I've heard that before, I say. Words aren't enough. Ryan glances at me. We messed up. You think? I reply, voice sharp. Do you have any idea what I went through? Mom steps forward. We see it now. The mistakes we made. I stare at her, my anger simmering. Do you know how it felt? Being invisible? Tears stream down her face. I'm so sorry. We were blind. I shake my head. Blind? You didn't care. That's different. Dad clears his throat again. We're desperate, Ethan. We can't fix this without you. I feel a rush of disbelief. You want me to save you? Yes, Mom says. Please, you're the only one who can. I laugh quietly, bitterly. The only one who can? I suppose that's true. Ryan finally speaks. We thought we'd handle it, but we can't. I lean back in my chair, staring at all of them. The power has shifted. Now I hold the cards. You all walked away, I say softly, and now you beg. Mom sniffles. We didn't realize. We were wrong. I cross my arms. And you expect me to just forgive and forget? Dad swallows hard. We hope you can help. Hope? I repeat. Hope isn't enough. You lost your chance to lead. Ryan looks down. I get it. I was selfish. Selfish? I ask, voice rising. Selfish? You've been living off us while we struggled. You ruined your own life and ours. Mom wipes her face. We know. We know it's too late for many things. But not all. I stare at her. You want me to take over your mess to fix what you broke? Yes, Dad says quietly. We need you. I feel a mix of anger and disbelief. My chest tightens. And if I say no? Mom hesitates. Then we try to survive on our own. But it will be hard. I glance at Ryan. Not like you've ever had to struggle before, right? He doesn't answer. You see what's changed? I say. I am not the same Ethan who left that house. Dad lowers his gaze. We know. You finally realize that you need me? I ask. Mom nods, her face wet with tears. Yes, we do. I take a deep breath. Fine, I'll help. But on my terms. Ryan looks up, startled. Terms? Yes, I say. I decide how this goes. You follow, or you deal with the consequences. Mom nods. Anything, Ethan. Just don't walk away. I stare at them. For years, I wished they'd see me. Now, they do. And for the first time, the balance of power is mine. I fold my hands on the desk. Then let's get started. They exchange glances, relief and fear in their eyes. I lean back, a faint smile playing on my lips. Welcome to my world. I sit at my desk, staring at the family files spread before me. Marcus leans against the doorframe. You really thinking about helping them? I have to, I mutter. But part of me, I don't want to. He shakes his head. Don't. Go back. They hurt you once. You don't owe them anything. I know, I reply quietly, but they're desperate. That doesn't mean you fix everything for them, he says firmly. I rub my temples. It's not that simple. I keep seeing Ryan mocking me, Dad telling me I wasn't enough, Mom ignoring everything I did. Marcus frowns. You survived. Without them. Don't lose yourself now. I sigh, looking at the city skyline. But if I don't help, I feel like I don't know, turning my back. The phone buzzes. Olivia. I answer. Ethan, think logically, she says. Emotion will ruin your decision. Consider resources, risks, and benefits. I know, I say. I'm just conflicted. Good, she replies. That means you're human. Don't act out of guilt. I hang up, and Sophie's message pops up. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. I stare at it. She's right. I can forgive without erasing the past. But my mind keeps replaying every hurtful memory. Mom laughing while Ryan got all the praise. Dad telling me I'd never measure up. Ryan calling me useless. I close my eyes. I was invisible for so long, and now they show up and expect... What? Gratitude? Marcus walks over. You're stronger now. Don't let them use that against you. I know, I reply. But the silence in my chest, it won't let me ignore them either. I pace the room. I can't just treat this like business. It's personal, too personal. Hours pass. I replay every conversation, every insult, every betrayal. Finally, I agree to meet them at my office. They walk in. I notice their faces, tired, worn, uncertain. Ethan, Mom starts. I hold up my hand. Stop. Don't say anything yet. Dad looks down. We're sorry. Ryan's quiet. His usual smirk is gone. I take a deep breath. I'll ask only one question. They all look at me. Where were you when I needed you? The room falls silent. Mom sniffles. We didn't know. I shake my head. No, you did. You chose not to see me. You ignored me, every day for years. Dad opens his mouth. Silence, I say firmly. I asked one question. Where were you? They look down. No answers come. I sit back, my hands folded. The weight of my past presses against my chest. Marcus would say, don't go back. Olivia would tell me to stay logical. Sophie would remind me forgiveness is separate from forgetting. I close my eyes. Do I let them back in or keep my boundaries? Mom steps forward. We regret it. Too late, I whisper, more to myself than them. I stand. I've built my life without you. I survived. I thrived. And you... I pause, letting the words sink in. You left me to do it alone. Ryan shifts uncomfortably. I didn't realize... Quiet, I say. I don't need excuses. I need respect. And it starts with honesty. They nod, hesitant. I take a deep breath. I'll consider helping, but on my terms. I'm not the boy you ignored anymore. Mom whispers, thank you. I don't reply. I just look at them. The power has shifted. The choice is mine. And for the first time in years, I feel in control. I sit in my office, watching them leave after our first meeting. You'll help us, right? Mom asks, her voice trembling. I shake my head. I'll help, but only on my terms. Dad frowns. Terms? Yes, I reply. Ryan handles his own mistakes, no excuses. He looks down. We just want things back to normal. I laugh softly. Normal? That's gone. You lost it years ago. Ryan shifts uneasily. I can try. You can try, or you can fail, I say. Your choice. Mom's eyes fill with tears. We'll do whatever you ask. You'll have to, I say. I won't babysit grown adults anymore. Ryan clears his throat. I'll manage the debts, the business. You'll manage yourself first, I interrupt. No more blaming anyone else. No more hiding. Dad bites his lip. And what about us? You'll face your own mistakes, I reply. You ignored me for years. Now, you'll deal with your consequences. Mom swallows. We understand. I hope so, I say, because I won't cover your failures. I walk to the window looking out. I'll offer advice if asked, but I'm not rescuing anyone, not anymore. Ryan fidgets. This feels harsh. It's reality, I say softly. Not punishment. You're not angry? Mom asks, hesitating. I shake my head. I'm done being angry. I'm focused on my life. That seems fair, she admits. I'll help you understand fairness, I say. By letting you live with your decisions. I won't intervene unless necessary. Ryan looks at me surprised. So you're not revengeful? I smirk. Revenge is for people who don't believe in karma. I watch it unfold naturally. You really mean that? Dad asks. Yes, I reply. You lost sight of what mattered, and life has corrected that. I'll only guide lightly. Mom sighs. We don't deserve this. You never did, I say calmly, but now you'll get the lesson anyway. Ryan gulps. I'll work harder. I promise. You'll have to, I say. Promises without action mean nothing. I glance at them one last time. And remember, your failures are yours alone. Don't come running to me. They nod silently, realizing the weight of my words. I sit back, letting the quiet sink in. The tension lingers, but not in anger, only truth. Days pass. I hear from Marcus and Sophie about their slow progress. They're struggling, Sophie says. Good, I reply. They're learning. Accountability, Marcus adds. No shortcuts this time. Exactly, I say. They need to face reality. I keep my distance, watching news about Ryan's failing ventures and my parents slowly taking responsibility. Are you sure you don't want to intervene? Sophie asks one evening. No, I say. This is the lesson they missed. They'll grow, or they'll fail, and I won't fix it for them. Marcus nods. Karma, right? Yes, I reply. Not cruelty, just justice. I lean back in. My chair. I've spent years building my life. Now I watch theirs unfold, and it's satisfying in a quiet way. Mom calls occasionally, hesitant, asking advice but following my rules. Ryan emails updates, admitting mistakes, showing effort. I respond with short, firm guidance. Handle it yourself. Each day I feel the weight of the past lifting. I don't celebrate their failures. I don't gloat. I watch quietly. Karma does its work. I sip my coffee thinking, I've risen, I've survived, and I've built my world, and now finally, they must navigate theirs. The power has shifted completely. I'm free. They're learning. Justice, not revenge. And it feels perfect. They sit across from me in my office, shoulders hunched, faces drawn. Ethan, Mom starts, voice trembling. I hold up a hand. I'm listening. Dad clears his throat. I failed you. I know that now. I stare at him. You think saying that makes it better? No, he admits. It doesn't. But I can't pretend anymore. Mom wipes her eyes. I'm sorry, Ethan, truly. We ignored you, and I hurt you in ways I didn't see. I stay silent, letting her words land. Ryan shifts uncomfortably. I was selfish. I didn't realize how much I hurt you. You didn't care, I say softly. Not then. I do now, he replies, voice barely above a whisper. I lean back, taking a breath. It took me years to build my life without you. I survived because you weren't there. Dad looks down, ashamed. I should have been better. I wasn't. Mom nods, tears tears flowing freely. I failed to protect you, to love you properly. I glance at Ryan. And you? You finally see. It? He nods. Yeah, I regret it. I should have stood by you, not against you. The silence is heavy, but it's not the same tension as before. It's different. Honest. I finally speak. I didn't need you to be perfect. They blink. I didn't need you to fix everything, or praise me or notice me every day. Mom sniffles. Then what did you need? I look each of them in the eyes. I just needed you to choose me. The room is quiet, the weight of my words sinking in. Dad nods slowly. I see that now. I didn't choose well before. Mom takes a shaky breath. I would if I could go back. Ryan swallows hard. I'd do it differently too. I close my eyes for a moment, feeling something shift inside me. The anger, the years of resentment, they're still there, but dulled. I let out a long breath. I'm not forgiving instantly. I'm not erasing the past. I understand, Dad says quietly. But I'm letting go of the anger, I continue. Holding on won't change anything. Mom nods, tears running freely. Thank you for saying that. Ryan looks down. I hope one day I can make it right. You can try, I say softly. But don't expect it to undo everything. Just be present. That's enough. They sit there, humbled, realizing the gravity of what they've lost and what they might still gain. I feel a strange calm settling over me. I survived without you, I whisper. And now, we start from here. Mom reaches out, but I don't move immediately. You don't have to, she says. I just want you to know. We're here now. I look at her, then at Dad, then at Ryan. Okay, I say finally. Let's see if we can do that. It's not perfect. It never will be. But it's honest. And for the first time in a long time, it feels like home. I sit at my desk, sunlight streaming through the window, coffee in hand. Marcus leans against the doorframe. They didn't make it easy, huh? No, I admit. But they showed up, and that counts for something. Counts for something? He asks, raising an eyebrow. Not everything, I say. I won't pretend it's perfect. I'm not going back to being invisible or powerless. Sophie pops her head in. How's it feeling? The reunion? Strange, I reply. I'm not angry anymore, but I'm cautious. I've built a life, and I'm not losing that. That's wise, she says. Boundaries matter. I nod. Exactly. I can care about them without letting the past control me. Later, my phone buzzes. Mom texts, "Thank you for hearing us. We'll try to do better." I pause, thinking, do I forgive? Maybe, but I won't forget. I type back, we'll see. I'm focused on my life now. Ryan calls. Ethan, I messed up. I want to make it right. I take a deep breath. You can try. I'll help when asked, but I'm not rescuing you. I understand, he says softly. It feels different. They're no longer in control. I glance around my apartment at the photos, the projects I've built, the small victories. Look at you, Marcus says. From nothing to this. I survived, I say quietly. I grew. I became someone they couldn't break. Sophie smiles. And you did it without losing yourself. I nod. I finally know my worth. I don't chase approval anymore. I create my own path. Even when they stumble, even when they fail, I remain firm. I guide lightly if needed, but I'm no longer their child waiting for recognition. I think about the boy I was, the invisible son, the one who cried alone in his room, longing for love. He's still inside me, but he's not weak anymore. I sip my coffee and look out the window at the city below. I'm done waiting for them to choose me, I whisper. I choose myself now. The phone buzzes again. A message from Dad. We'll try. Thank you. I read it, then set it aside. I won't be ruled by their timing or remorse. Life goes on. I work, I build, I grow. I have friends, mentors, and a life I fought for. No one can take that from me. Not Ryan. Not Mom. Not Dad. I close my eyes for a moment, remembering the pain, the betrayal, the nights I felt invisible. And I smile. Because I survived. I thrived. I became someone they couldn't break. I stand, straightening my shoulders, ready for whatever comes next. They broke me once, but they don't get to decide who I become. I step forward, leaving the past behind but carrying its lessons, stronger, wiser, unshakable.